Movies Nation presenting Thor Ragnarok. So let's start the movie. Here we come to know that a stone from Malekith's weapon was sent somewhere. Thor was searching for it, and while searching he reaches Hel. But then he meets with Fireskull. He holds it and hangs him. Thor asks him that why you hold me. Fireskull says that are you seeing the fire burning inside me? This is not the eternal fire. But soon the day will come when there will be the eternal fire inside me. I will become immortal and will occupy all the kingdoms. Not even you or any of your kingdom will be escaped. Thor asks him that why are you so proud? Fireskull says that are you seeing my horns? How beautiful they are? They strengthen me. Thor says that let me show you my strength. With it, he opens his hand and his hammer appears in his hand. It was Thor's beloved hammer. Now Thor goes in front of Fireskull. Fireskull calls his other companions made of fire. They fight with Thor. Thor easily defeats them. Meanwhile, a dragon comes there who was willing to kill Thor. Thor hits an idea and he says that none can touch my hammer except me. He puts his hammer in that dragon's mouth, so that with its weight it will fall down. It happens the same. The dragon falls down and then Thor moves to the Fireskull. While using his hammer he also kills him. And he also pulls his skull. Thor lifts his skull and says that open the portal. It means the door of the Bifrost Bridge. It was opened and Thor sees that there is not old protector. There is someone else instead of him. The dragon who was following Thor also comes to Asgard behind Thor. Then the door closes but the face of the dragon is inside and the body was outside. It divides into two pieces. The new security guard tells Thor that Loki has appointed him. Loki has terminated the old protector. Thor says that what is this? Then he comes to another place while flying with his hammer. There was a play going on. King Odin was sitting there and the character was playing Thor and Loki. Everyone was seeing this play. It was shown to the people that Loki is more appreciable than Thor, and he is brave and super. Thor comes in anger and he notices that there wasn't King Odin, he was Loki. He has adopted the get-up of King Odin. Thor goes to King Odin who was Loki. He asks him to come in his genuine get-up instantly. I know that you are Loki, but Loki didn't obey him. Thor says that okay, you will not agree like this. He throws a hammer and it again comes into his hand. He again throws his hammer and says that Loki, if you will not return in your get-up, this time this hammer will hit your face. Being scared, Loki comes in his get-up. They all get surprised after seeing it. Thor moves forward to Loki. He asks him that tell me where is my father? Why did you wear his get-up? Did you hide him somewhere? Loki says that Thor, I don't know where is he, but we can search for him together. In the next scene, we see that they come into a city. It was the present world and then a portal opens in the earth and Loki goes into it. Thor finds a chit from the ground. An address was written on it. He follows it. When he reaches there he sees that there was Doctor Strange. Thor asks him about his father. Then Doctor Strange says that yes, I know where is he. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange opens a portal there, from which Loki falls. Now they send them both, means Thor and Loki, to a place. There was King Odin. When King Odin sees his sons he says that now I am going to die. I don't have much time. Thor says to his father that why are you talking like this? Do you know? I have also killed Fireskull. Who was saying that he will be Ragnarok? King Odin says that you killed him, but he didn't tell you that when he gets the eternal fire he will revive. And he will return. We have to be careful about this. King Odin says that let me tell you about one more girl. She has the powers of the devil. Her name is Hela and she is from hell. Now it's time for me to die and she will be free from imprisonment. You also have to be careful of her. With it, King Odin changes into the golden dust. He goes far from there, means now King Odin was also no more. They have to fight Hela alone. Then Hela comes there. In a black dressing. That's why her name was suiting her personality. She asks Thor and Loki to bend in front of her, but Loki refuses. Thor throws his hammer to that witch. But Hela instantly turns it into many pieces. It means she has dangerous powers. Now Loki and Thor return Asgard. But Hela also chases them. She moves them from that way while pushing them. Hela arrives in Asgard and there she sees that new security guard. There were 2 more men with him. Hela kills them immediately because they don't bend in front of her. Then she moves to that new security guard. He says to Hela that don't kill me, I bend in front of you. I will obey you. She says that you can use your mind nicely. I am glad that you bend in front of me. You will get benefit from it, otherwise, you will be killed. On the other side, we see Thor who fell to another planet because Hela pushed her. There was scrap. Meanwhile, a spaceship comes there and many aliens come out from it. Those aliens attack Thor. Thor was also fighting with them. He was fighting with his hands because he hasn't his hammer. But then one of the aliens throws a strong net on him. Then one more spaceship comes there. A girl comes out of it and she kills all of the aliens. Then she takes Thor with her. That girl takes Thor to the Grandmaster of that planet. He rules here. They tie Thor with a chair. The girl who brings Thor to the Grandmaster, her name was Valkyrie. She was paid for this. The Grandmaster tells Thor that I have called you here because here I organized a wrestling competition. You seemed very strong. You are powerful and you have to fight for me. Thor says that no, I am not interested. I just want to go back to my kingdom. Leave me. The Grandmaster says that how can I leave you? Then Thor sees Loki. He was there and Thor says to the Grandmaster, that see my brother is also here. Why don't you take him to this contest? He is very strong. Loki says that no, I am not his brother, he is lying. The Grandmaster says that whatever is it. Thor, I want you. Because I know that you are the god of thunder. Thor still refused, then the Grandmaster says that, okay, if you will fight for me in this contest and win it, I will give you a new spaceship. In which you can return to Asgard. Thor says that okay. After it, Thor was sent to a room in which there was Rockman. The Rockman tells Thor that the man whom you will fight is very strong. None can defeat him till today, so choose your weapon carefully. To defeat him. Thor says that what could I tell you, I had my personal hammer. From which I can get a lot of power. If I had that hammer I will defeat him easily. The day comes when it was Thor's wrestling competition. His hair was cut and he has worn a new dress. On the other side, we see Hela who is creating drama in Asgard. She was saying to all forcefully to bend in front of her. But none was bending in front of her. Then among them, Thor's friend comes out and he says that what do you think you are? You can't rule us. There is a fight between Thor's friendly team and Hela. Hela wins and then she takes that deceiver security guard with her. He bends in front of her. She shows her a picture and tells him that these were the 9 kingdoms. Odin and I come here together to attack. He imprisons me and he himself becomes the king and occupied this place. From there, they reached the chamber. There were unique things and different weapons. Here we also see cosmic tube. Eternal fire also. Seeing it, Hela becomes happy and she takes some fire, and goes inside it while breaking the beam. She goes to the place where her companions were killed. There she spread the fire. The dead people begin to revive there. And her animal pet who was a black wolf, it was looking giant and dangerous. Now Hela makes that deceiver protector her companion. Then she moves to the Bifrost Bridge. She comes to know that there is no sword from which the door opens. You know who took it. This was his sword, yes, that old security guard. He took the left Asgardians with him. Because he knows that their life will be in danger because of Hela. And we see the scene when the fight of Thor begins. Before it, he meets Valkyrie and he sees that there is a mark on her hand. This mark belongs to the hands of the fighters of Asgardians. Thor says to her that you are among us, then why you take me here? He comes to know that Valkyrie has done all this for the sake of money. She ignores him and moves from there. She doesn't say anything to save him and then the fight begins. He sees that there is none other than Hulk is opposite him. He shouts with happiness because Thor and Hulk have good understanding and they were friends, but here Hulk doesn't recognize him. Everything was changed with the passage of time. Then there was a huge fight among them, and because Hulk was a giant he was punching Thor. Now because Thor has no hammer and powers, so he was defeating. He was also injured. He was about to faint. He sees the vision of his father. His powers were recovering. Thor stands up and beats Hulk. But the Grandmaster wasn't happy to see all this and he gives an electric shock to Thor. He doesn't want that he defeat Hulk. Because Hulk was winning for many years. We see that when Thor wakes up after being faint, he sees that he is in the room of Hulk. He asks Hulk, how did you come here? Hulk tells him that through a jet plane. Thor also tries to go out from there, but due to electric fields, he couldn't go out. Then Thor again closes his eyes, and he sees that old security guard in his vision. He takes him with him and shows him the condition of Asgard. It was worse. Hela has spread destruction everywhere. Asgard needs you and you have to return. When he opens his eyes, he sees that he is still in Hulk's room. He again tries to go out from there. He also says to Valkyrie, but she doesn't tell him anything. Thor himself jumps from the window and goes himself. He tries to run towards the jet plane. He reaches the plane, but then Hulk also comes behind. He was coming to hold him, but then Thor plays a video there. Seeing that video, Hulk becomes a human. It means Bruce. The Grandmaster thinks that Thor has taken his special creature with him, for his benefit. He says Loki to bring Thor to me. No matter dead or alive, now Loki and Valkyrie. They come out and Loki tells that girl that we are genuine brothers. I can't let him die. They make a team and go to Thor. Now Thor, Valkyrie, Loki, and Bruce steal the spaceship of that Grandmaster. They move to Asgard. On the other side, we see Hela, who was teasing Asgardians. She was threatening them to kill them. She asks everyone that tells me where is that sword? And where that security guard took it? Meanwhile, a man comes out of them and says that don't kill us, I will tell you. Hela reaches the location. The security guard was also there who she was chasing. Thor's spaceship also arrives there and Valkyrie says that I will fight with Hela. Then we see that the Black Wolf was coming from the front, who was about to attack them. Then Bruce says that, I will see it. As he jumps down, he fell because he was not Hulk. While crossing him, the wolf moves forward. But soon Bruce changes into Hulk. And he fights with the Black Wolf. On the other side, Loki has also brought a spaceship. He asks Asgardians to go inside it so that they will be saved. Then we see that deceiver security guard who was with Hela. But he was against Hela. When he sees that Asgardians are innocent and Thor is working hard, he fights with Hela. Then we see that Hela presses Thor's neck. She fights with him and here he was weakening. Because he hasn't his hammer and Hela was strong, and then he sees a vision. In which he sees his father, and then the thunder powers come in him. And he becomes powerful. Coming outside, he punches that bridge forcefully. To destroy it and to finish everything here, but then he remembers what his father said. That Fire Skull will return, and he says to Loki, that it will not be over till Fire Skull come here. Gives him eternal fire and brings him here. Loki goes and places his skeleton into the eternal fire. Due to it, Fire Skull revives. He has arrived there and Hela was sacred of him. Reaching there, he puts his sword in the Asgard. Due to it, Hela dies, and Asgard was also destroyed because of it. There was fire everywhere. We see Thor, who was in the spaceship with Asgardians and his team. He says that now we will live on the earth safely. Asgardians say to him that you are our king, and here Thor finally becomes the king of Asgardians. With it, this movie ends here. Please, like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you much for watching.